Hello, I'm Jane. Thank you for checking this out. I am at the Falls of the Ohio. I'm on the Indiana side, looking at the Kentucky side. I started off with a shot of Louisville, Kentucky. This is where I am. Look at all these limestone rocks. These have all been battered and fallen off. And in all of them are fossils. Like in every single rock are fossils. You're gonna think, what is that? Those are sunglasses. But, so I wonder if you can see any here. Maybe. Ooh, okay, look at that. Fossils. It's the coolest thing ever. Like, you guys, it's amazing. Then back to Louisville. And the railroad bridge. It's so fantastic. At the Falls of the Ohio, these are the critters that are still alive. Here is some fossilized everything. Everything I'm standing on is fossilized. Look at this. Look at that. And for scale, there's my finger. Like, in the water. Like, oh, that is amazing. Everything. Let's see. Yeah, that's all. My shadow. Hello. So I'm Jane. And I like to share all the things to help facilitate and integrate our higher self into this human experience. So it's basically humaning from the higher self's perspective. So it's all things like Ascension related, which raising our vibes. And stuff that resonates for me is connecting with other humans, healing traumas, not like digging into the traumas, but being like, oh, look, that's a trauma. That sucks. Let's heal from that. Like, let's clear it out. Let's find where we can love it and ascend through it. So I am back home right now. This is where I grew up. You're going to hear geese. They've been flying from here to here, and I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but if you do, they're like real close. Listen to that. You saw it. Yes. Otherwise, I didn't want you to think I was like throwing my voice. Anyway, so I've been a little teary this morning, and I have no makeup on because I don't wear it. And so, you know, this is what I look like in the morning after spending a week with my mom, who's just had surgery, and, you know, being around family members that I haven't seen in almost 10 years and being welcomed in places that I once wasn't. So I just wanted to share some of my experience, and I know that it's all in alignment with what's going on in the galactic realm and the energies that are coming in, which I don't know if you guys have been feeling it, but like I've been feeling it here, and I've been feeling it here, and I've also been feeling it in my lower back. I don't think the lower back thing is like a collective thing. I think it's definitely like Jane stuff. I can just tell that anyway. But I've been feeling a lot here, which I feel like is a lot of the energy that's coming in and messing with the pineal gland. Changes our thoughts and perspectives. And anyway, so this is where I grew up. I literally came down here all the time when I was a kid, and then a whole lot when I was in high school. Like sophomore and junior year, my friends and I would come down here and scale the rocks and just walk around for hours, and just that's all we did, and just had fun. And we would go up to the playground and goof around on the monkey bars and be silly. And I'm going to give you a super nutshell version of some stuff in my life. So these rocks are made of mostly limestone, and so water can create a lot of caverns and like caves and all that, and it's a magnificent, beautiful place to be in. And it reminds me a lot of human, how, we're this solid matter, and yet when we allow the fluid nature to come in, it kind of clears out these beautiful spaces where other things can grow. Like literally, like there's a little tree that's kind of behind me. I don't know if you can see it right here. Boop. Growing. I don't know how that sucker's growing because it's nothing but rocks. And then the locks are back there. And when the Ohio River gets too high, they open the locks and then the water will flood all of this, just to prevent flooding downstream. So the experience that I've had this week has been super interesting. My mom just had surgery, so I've been up here just kind of helping with her recovery and walking her dogs a lot, so much, which I love. So last time I was here, literally in this state and here at the falls, my father had kicked me out of he said that I'm no longer his daughter, and to get out of his house because of my spiritual practices and spreading messages of love and helping those that are experiencing homelessness. So I've learned that it doesn't matter if people don't accept us, that it truly is okay. Crazy here. You might hear an airplane. So I am down here now processing a lot of different things now instead of being kicked out of an aspect of the divine masculine realm, my father's side. This time, this experience has been that I was actually invited to and welcomed into my brother's home. So last time, there was a holiday like Christmas, and last minute I was able to come up here and visit, and it was like, hey Mom, are you doing anything tomorrow? She's like, yeah, we're just gonna like hang out at your brother's and do the Christmas thing. I'm like, cool, can I kind of join? And she was like, oh my gosh, she got so excited to have her kids all together and her grandkids. It was going to be a great time. Hadn't seen my brother in a lot of years prior to that. So I drove up here the next day, and which was like Christmas or something ish. Christmas Eve. Anyway. And the plans got canceled, and it was like all of a sudden like, oh yeah, we don't want to have it. We don't want to have it at our house. And so through my lens, it was like, wow, Jane shows up and you literally canceled all the holiday plans because you didn't want me there. Wow. Ouch. That kind of sucked and it hurt a lot. And another airplane. There are a lot of jets here. Like, that's not one, but there are a lot of jets that fly out from around my mom's house, like little baby jets. Pew! It's crazy. Anyway, so conversation whiplash. I do that sometimes. So, so from my perspective, that's how it went, and it sucked and it hurt my mom's feelings because she was like, "What?" I was so excited to have all the family together, and that was like 7 or 8 years ago, and hadn't really seen the family much since then. Just spent like a lot of Christmases at home, with my friends or by myself. And because I learned that it kind of sucks to drive 8 hours and have family be like, cancel it, she's here, and there could be a million other reasons this is the way it was perceived from me and my heart. And so last time, so like many times ago, like literally, Jane, you're not welcome. We don't want you here. You're not welcome in my house. And then my father being like, you're not welcome in my house. So all these rejections. And so this time I'm up here. And my nephew-in-law, Will, had a birthday yesterday. So I was invited to like join for the like lunchtime dinner meal at this farm. And so I was like, yeah, if I'm invited, are you kidding? I would love to go. And then I was invited to go back to my brother's house to celebrate his birthday with like cake and stuff. And I was like, are you sure? Okay. and just heard like a fish. Anyway, so I was a little shocked and a little, I don't know if I was apprehensive. It just felt weird. It just felt really weird. So anyway, so I went. So after this lunch where I sat next to my brother, which y'all, seriously, if y'all knew the situation, you'd be like, wait, y'all were in the same room for that long and you sat next to each other and you talked? What? So we go back to his house, and it's also the house that I grew up in. Like, but that house, I think my parents built the house in like 1977. And so I lived there, and then my brother bought the house or whatever from my mom. And so it was literally like going back into my house. And I was welcomed. Y'all, that's like profound. To be invited and welcomed into a home, especially when it's, you know, the home you grew up in and the home where, you know, your nieces are at and your brother is, and it just felt really good. And so I know that like this limestone, all that shit that was blocked, that was like kind of blown through before with like, you can't come here, that was for Jane to grow in, right? Like all those spaces that I had relied on family to hold me solid had to get washed away and removed and released so that Jane could grow, so that the seeds that my higher self planted for me could grow, so that I could find my own fluidity, my own movement, my own grounding, my own solid matter. And then, you know, I could allow what they've grown into to be themselves. And I wanted to share that this, I know for a lot of people, the past couple of years especially, has been real crazy shit. Like, just a lot of changes, a lot of hard times, a lot of shadow work, a lot of traumas of the past being brought to light. And I just wanted to throw this reminder out from my perspective and my own experience that like I said, the past 2 years have been nuts. For many of us, this has been going on for many, many years or lifetimes, you know. But it's all in how we perceive it. You know, I could look around at all these crevices that are around me and all these rocks and all these dips, and I could be like, oh my God, it's not smooth, it's not perfect. Or I could look at all of these like little pools of water and all the life that they hold. And I think that the past couple of years, especially when it's created a lot of these like divots, a lot of spaces, it's for us to grow in. And I think that when we all start growing sovereignly, that it's easy to connect in tribes, you know, families, communities, friends, just relationships in general. So, excuse me, every time. It's interesting. It's a lot of gratitude that I feel. That's what brings up these tears today. On this Sunday at the Falls of the Ohio. And I feel like, you know, I've seen how like my brother has grown a lot. I've seen where he's very similar to the way he used to be. And I know that had I not grown, the parts that like he used to be that he still is, old me would be like, you suck, you're being this, and blah, 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 right? And where he has grown, when I've been whatever, and he maybe would have been like, you're an idiot, you loser. he wasn't, so we were able to like be together at the same time. And I think that that's like the biggest gift I probably could have asked for on this trip. And then I'm like, going from like the super high, like going up even higher, like my mom took one for the team, right? Like she had this surgery. I know she had it for herself and like for her health and all that stuff. But the way I see the all the other things that have lined up because of it, she took one for the team and had this really uncomfortable surgery. And so that, I could come up here and so that I could support her and just be around her. Because I have a hard time going and doing things for just myself. I feel like I have to have a reason to do things, so that I can feel like I have a purpose instead of just me being isn't purposeful enough, because that's my old program that I'm just now realizing and calling out. If y'all ever see a snot string, I'm really sorry. But, she took one for the team because I feel like she gave me and my brother and I this opportunity to do something that we haven't done. And it may not mean shit to him. I don't even know. But it means so much to me, and to be able to hang out with my nieces, especially in the house. And if my mom hadn't had the surgery, none of this would have happened, If my dad hadn't have kicked me out of his house in November, I probably would have been there hanging out with him and his wife, Penny, because I just would do that. But because of that, I didn't, which gave me this opportunity. And then to come down here in gratitude, fully, in celebration. When last time I was here was like, life is feeling like it's falling apart. My dad hates me kind of stuff. So I just wanted to hop on here and remind everyone that everything happens for a reason. And it may seem really shitty, like, shitty stuff. It just may feel like shit. And it's okay, because we have all this room to grow from it and through it. And everything is a gift. And when people are like going through hard times, I just thank them, because to me they're just taking one for the team, like every time something, like on the way driving up here, for example, there was an accident or something, and the GPS is like, get off the road, take this detour. And whoever got in this accident or whatever totally took one for the team, because I got to experience this like really cool scenic route, like off this interstate, that I would never have ever seen. I got to see this beautiful lake. And so and I sent them gratitude for going through their life experience. So I just wanted to share all that from my human higher self perspective. And I think I'm going to just come on here one time and just not cry, because I feel like the past few ones I've been a little, cry girl. Cry girl. Better than a Fry Guy. Do y'all remember that from McDonald's? Man. Sorry. Anyway. I mean, I'm not like, oh God, I'm so sorry. But I'm just, anyway, I'm going to hop off here. I wanted to share my gratitude for that airplane right now. Ooh, I'm on a rock, so I just lost my balance. UPS plane. There's so many, y'all. So many UPS planes that fly into the Louisville Douglas International Airport. Is it Louisville Douglas? No, that was Charlotte Douglas. Shit. Louisville. No, I don't remember the name of their airport. Doesn't matter. Anyway. But yeah, thank you for taking the time and sharing this experience with me. And I hope that whatever you're growing through and stepping into these new opportunities for your life, like me having this new opportunity to come to this area and have a new experience, stepping into it, not saying, no, you rejected me before, why would I come now? But like being like, okay, you know what, the offer's there, let me see it, you know, and feel into it and step into it and kind of walk through that fear and lean into that discomfort. Remembering that I am innately safe and secure and grounded and whole and complete and perfect, and however it would go would be fine. And it allowed me to step into it and just feel good and be in gratitude the whole time, and allowed me to continue to flow this gratitude through me. So wherever you are, whatever you're experiencing, I hope that you're able to lean into it and walk through it and grow from it, because it's all a gift, even though it may seem kind of crazy and not so fun, but it is a gift. Everything's a gift to me from the universe. Like, oh, that's a FedEx plane. FedEx is much more quiet than the UPS planes. What can Brown do for you? Be louder. Anyway. I hope that everyone is enjoying their now, and thank you for your patience in my processing and sharing all of this gratitude and some very personal stuff. I share it all in love and hope that it is of service. So I hope that everyone enjoys the rest of their now, and I will see you all later. Okay, bye.